Remember me? Because I don't. What's going on, folks? Zach from Uchuu Shelf here. Hope you guys are doing good and reading lots of manga. Sorry for the disappearance of Uchuu Shelf Suzumiya, as it were. I suck at this YouTube thing. Let's just be perfectly honest about it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at the whole uploads things. But today I was blessed with what I can only describe as a crumb of inspiration. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to run with it. I'm going to get myself a nice cup of coffee, put a hat on backwards. Let us do a good old-fashioned manga haul. But Uchuu Shelf, you said you weren't going to do manga hauls anymore. I say a lot of things. I say I'm going to upload regularly, and look where that's gotten me. I'm going to stop saying things, because if I don't say them, they don't happen. Life pro tip for you guys. Let's get into the manga haul. So first up on this very special, well, no, not really special, this manga haul is volumes 3 and 4 of Blood on the Tracks by Shuzo Oshimi, a series that I am absolutely loving right now. It's one of the only series I'm kind of staying up to date with because, my god, it is just so good. Shuzo Oshimi knows how to just write suspense. And again, Mom of the Year, if you can call her that. Now the quick Cliff Notes that wasn't intentional. The quick Cliff Notes version of this manga is that it's about a mother and her son and their relationship. The mother is very overbearing. She's overprotective. She is absolutely nuts. Let's just put it that way. And this leads to kind of the devolution, I guess you can call it, of their relationship after a major event in the end of the first volume. If you want to know my thoughts on Blood on the Tracks, I've already done a review of it, kind of a first impressions. I will leave a link down in the description below, and we are actually going to be doing a podcast episode on Between the Shelves about it with a special guest. Keep an eye out for that, because that's going to be fun. Quick side note, it has been so long since I've actually made a video that Vertical is no longer around. I just wanted to throw that in there. Next up is another ongoing series that I'm actually following, and it is Gigant by Hiroyo Oku. I've also done a video about this. If you want to know my thoughts, you can peep the channel, peep the description for a link to that. And a lot of people are going to go like, okay, Uchuu Shelf. Okay. We know why you're reading it. We know why you're reading it. And that's not entirely true. It doesn't just have plot. It has plot. It's got a good friggin' story. Give it a chance. It's got boobies, yeah, but I mean, come on. Real life has boobies, and we have to live in that. Now, for those of you who don't know what this series is about, this is about a young high school boy, his favorite porn star, and her ability to grow big and save the world. It is exactly as nuts as it sounds, but it is also incredible. Not only is it just a really cool science fiction story with a lot of boobies mixed in, and that's Hiroyo Oku fashion, that's just how his manga goes. But aside from that, it's also a pretty poignant tale about how society treats sex workers unfairly. Now, I have a point I want to make here. I'm going to open this up to a random page, and we're going to see boobies. What'd I tell you? I still don't understand how I've seen these in public, and I've ordered these on Amazon, and they always come unwrapped. I don't know how. I don't know if that's the responsibility of the bookstore or the distributor or the publisher themselves, but there has definitely been, someone has dropped the ball on that, because I saw volume 1 in bookstores. Unwrapped. I just don't know how. It's funny to me, that's all. Next up, we got volumes 1 through 4, the entirety of Livingstone by Tomohiro Maekawa and Jinsei Kataoka, who's the artist of Dead Man Wonderland, if I might add. I read this years ago, and I don't really remember what it's about. I just remember the scene in the opening where there's like two guys, and they're visiting a guy who's trying to kill himself in a bathtub, and they're like here to collect his soul. It's been a long time since I've read this, so I don't want to like pretend I know what it is, but I'm going to read that soon because it's, again, a short series. I just bought this off of On the Shelf, which, by the way, if you're watching, thank you. I do remember it just being cool as hell. I know Jinsei Kataoka has just such a unique style that just is drips with flair, and it's just so perfect. And this is actually one of the series that they've created that I thought would have made a better anime than Dead Man Wonderland, for example, which, by the way, that anime sucks. Next up, we got volume 16 of Ajin by Gamon Sakurai, continuing this absolutely off-the-wall series. It's wrapping up, I believe, at volume 17. I don't know how. I think it's going to be kind of a crappy ending. I know it's already out. I haven't read it, and I've purposely not read it because I've just been reading this in print. If you haven't read Ajin, guys, my god, it is just, like, this is a series, it's just a cat and mouse game between a young guy and an old guy who can't die. But before I get into that, the basic premise of Ajin is that there is a subset of humans called demi-humans who have an inability to die. The main character finds out that he is one of these demi-humans, he runs away, gets captured, and then is helped out of this facility by an older gentleman. Now, the older gentleman, who is also a demi-human, the two of them actually become enemies, and the entirety of the manga is just the two of them ramping up their attacks against each other, and it's just nuts. So there's one scene in the later volumes where they're on a military base, and the older guy basically gets into these fighter jets, he flies them away, and then he suicide bombs himself over and over and over again just to make a point. And I realize the implications of me saying, oh, this old guy doing suicide bombing is fucking rad. And I don't mean it that way, but in the context of this fictional story, it's just, oh my god, it's fucking cool. It's just really cool. That's all I can say about it. Alright, now it's time for a really, really strange eBay haul that I got, and you'll see why in a minute, but first I need to give a bit of context. For those of you who follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you know that I've been clamoring after the 7 1/8 omnibus edition of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Now, if you are familiar with this series, you know that it is ridiculously out of print. If not, I have a review of it coming, so keep your eyes on the channel for that. I have already owned the first 2 omnibuses. I was fortunate enough to find Omnibus 5 and 6 on eBay for super cheap, 9 and 10 on eBay for super cheap, but 7 and 8 has just eluded me for whatever reason, and the cheapest I could get it was like 60 pounds. I love this series. I don't 60 pounds for one omnibus. Love this series though. Now, the king of eBay finds himself on the shelf, messages me all the time with just amazing deals he finds on eBay. I don't know where he finds them, how he does it. I'm gonna ask him for a secret one of these days, but until then, he's just gonna keep sending me really cool stuff, and I'm gonna keep going, yeah, I'll buy it. Now, he found a massive lot of manga that, a lot of it I didn't need, a lot of it I didn't want, but it had in it Omnibus 7 and 8 of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Now, the entirety of what I'm about to show you, as well as this, was about 10 pounds less than getting this on its own would be. So it was already a pretty good steal. But just the things that came along with this are just, I don't understand, A, how this person would have gotten them into his possession, but also, it's just funny. So I message this dude and I say, look, I don't really need or want the other stuff. I just really need this one. Can I pay separately for it, like 20, 25 quid or whatever? And he shoots me back an offer and says, look, I use my free eBay thing. I really need to sell all these. If nobody buys this by the end of the month, then I'll relist them and you can buy it separately. And I thought, you know what? Fuck that. Because if I don't, someone's going to buy this and I'll never get it. So in addition to Omnibus 7 and 8 of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, which completes my collection of that manga, might I add, I also got 2 volume 6s of Ajin. I don't know why anyone would think to buy 2 of these. Volume 3 of Eminon, which I briefly skimmed through and I thought looked really cool, so now I gotta go buy the other 2. Volume 1 and Volume 3 of Sunny. This is one of the things I didn't need. I already own this, but I might do something cool with these towards the end of April, so keep an eye out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and specifically the podcast YouTube. I'm not gonna say why, but I don't know. Keep an eye out, guys. You might be pleasantly surprised. Omnibus 1 and 2 of Sayuki, which I read a long time ago, but I wasn't a huge fan of. But I might give it a try again. But I mean, hardcovers, like all this manga for like as cheap as I got it. It's a lot of it I didn't need, but some of it's pretty cool. And then the final one I got off that eBay purchase, as well as the final manga in this haul, is The Pushman and Other Stories by Yoshihiro Tatsumi, which is a Gekika manga by the master of Gekika himself. And I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, when I saw the Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer volume I needed, I just clicked buy. I didn't really pay attention to what else I was getting. But I mean, all the other manga I got, if you're the guy on eBay that sold me all this, hell yeah to you, man. Thank you so much. And of course, while I was editing, I just remembered that I also bought some digital mangas. So one of those is Tsukiko and the Satellite and Other Stories by Mississippi. These are 5 science fiction shorts that breathe a little bit of life into those small everyday moments. This is available through Glacier Bay. And then I also got Kyoto and Sawanabe Zombie by Kakio Tsurukawa, and these are available from Starfruit Books. I have sort of an indie manga roundup I'm doing right now, so I'll leave out what these are about for now. But in the meantime, do yourself a favor and go pick up Kyoto for such a short indie manga. Oh my god, mwah, so good. Anyways, folks, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Your support means a heck of a lot to me. It gives me the motivation to sit down on my ass and make videos for you, the viewer at home. And while you're here, let me know down in the comments below or on Twitter and Instagram, Uchuu Shelf, what you guys have been reading, what you guys have been buying. I'd love to hear what you're picking up. Love to hear what you guys have been enjoying lately. It gives me an idea of what I should be enjoying and reading and picking up. But until next time, folks, happy reading. Outro. This is an outro. Yeah. You're free to go now. Seriously, leave. I mean, why are you sitting here, man? Get out of here, man. Go. Come on. Leave. Goodbye.